start off, I'm just interested, this is the first time you guys have performed together since you returned home, I believe, and I wonder what it feels like to be up here, and like how quickly were you able to kind of get back into the rhythm of things? You can project, but I can also handle it. All right.
And this may have been the first time that all of us have gotten back together. Well, some of us that are in a movie, we were together already, but this was so special for all of us to get back together. This is not work. For us, this is more of a reunion. It's more of a getting together, a coming back together, a family, you know? And just that, this thing that we created here is so magic. It's so powerful, and it's just reaching all across the whole planet. I'm glad y'all got a little bit of it tonight.
The film itself, where we all got together for the first time to do something together as the RTA program. You know, this was like a really nostalgic moment where we really got to, just get into that old flow and get those old feelings like when we were backstage at Sing Sing getting ready to put on a play. It was that same type of feel, except that we only had 2 days of rehearsal. We were all nerve-wracked, like, is this gonna work? It worked. We ain't know it was gonna work.
Were you surprised by how much you remembered? Did it come back pretty easily, or?
Absolutely. For those who don't know me, my name is Jon-Adrian. She's good friend. It wasn't difficult at all, and let me tell you something. It was totally refreshing for me because like you said, and you're accurate in the sense that this was the first time that we've been on the wood together. We did the movie together, a lot of us here. But let me tell you something, man. Arts are so therapeutic, they're so healing. They have so much humanity involved with them. Anytime you touch a stage with people who you can identify with as your brothers, as your comrades, as individuals who we went through hell together, and we came out with perfection. And this movie here, I'm just so glad it's reaching the hearts and minds of people all over the planet. And I want to thank y'all for being here and for enjoying, like Devon said, a piece of this magic.
I thought we didn't have it.
That thing on.
Cecily said, what?
So it's a process.
Trust in the process.
Right. Process.
And work. This is something that I learned to work with these men. These men taught me how to work and communicate and show empathy for the people on the street, not just for myself, so that you're human as well. Not about me, about the people around me. And I thank them.
Hi guys, my name is Carmine. I've worked with these guys for many years. They're like my family, my brothers. Now let me tell you something that most of you probably don't know. We filmed a movie 2 years ago called Sing Sing. We're up for Academy Awards.
Yeah!
I just want to mention that the arts saved many of our lives.
That's a fact.
And we hold it true. So it was love coming back together, on the wood.
And I want to kind of piggyback off what Divine said, how we do this not just for us but for our future generations. The fact that we can come together, give out a message, and for me that message is that anything is possible. Anything is possible. You are not your past.
I went into Sing Sing to teach theater. I was a jaded,
long-term New York City director and producer, and I was really losing my love of theater. And I went in because of these guys and what I saw that the art can do for them, it did it for me. And it brought back my love of theater and gave me a whole new life. And I'm so grateful, and I love the people on this stage more than I can tell.
When I was 28 years old, and I can tell you that I never felt safer than in a maximum security prison with all these incredible, wonderful gentlemen who have made decisions to change what they once were into what they were always born to become, and to build new legacies, as one of us in the group said, and as evidenced by Dino, whose son is a Yale Theater graduate. It was to give back to the community, but they gave so much to me. And all we wanted voluntarily would leave and go to the diner and be like, I just want to go back. And those would come to the window and be like, hey, Dino, we outside. And it was a wonderful thing to have done that work inside, but now to be able to celebrate where we came from to where we are here at New York Theater Workshop.
I wonder, could you talk, whoever would like to share, but how you got involved in theater and what it came to mean to you all, too?
I'm Patrick Griffin, also fried tuck, I mean the flesh shops. So basically, I had a death in my family. My sister-in-law had passed away, and I was down in the theater watching these guys put on a program. And who would know that they would come to me and say, yo, we need some music, won't you come in? So I didn't expect to get on the stage. And I was like, I'm not doing that because, I have an image to protect. It was a few people here, especially I would like to mention Joanne Chan.
Yes!
She told me, she said, you gotta do it big. And she said, don't come out here and do that. And that's where that video came from. Like, go all out. So, but to say the least is that it helped me. It's not only that we become trauma impacted from the ongoing, harshness that we're living in that hell, but also because we have no outlets. The counselors in there are not there to give you any type of therapy. And they say correctional, but there's no correction. But we found a nice little community that we could be into ourselves and get therapy amongst each other. And art helped us do that. And that's why we're here today. And I'd like to say thank y'all for support.
As I said, well, my journey was multi-layered. One of the primary reasons why, as a founding member of RTA, when we came up with the idea to use arts, all we did was one production. It was just a simple production. Guys wanted to get together and do a play, and we did the play. And what shocked us is that the impact that it had on us and it had on the administration and the population. We did another play, same success. At that moment, we realized, listen, man, we have a powerful art here. We are changing people's lives. We was definitely keeping the prison safe because guys was preoccupied doing positive things. Another reason for me was the fact that at that time in my struggle in my life, I had been in prison for a crime I didn't commit. I found overwhelming evidence of my innocence and could not get out. So for me, it was therapeutic in the sense that it gave me an avenue to survive and to deal with that harshness of a wrongful conviction. So mine was multi-layered. And also, throughout my whole life, I've always been considered a natural born helper. So when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, we can help some people. Because I figured, if I'm in here for something I didn't do and I gotta deal with all this pain and suffering, my way of getting back at the system was to make sure when guys walked out, they didn't come back. And I get no more fuel and keeping this thing going. That was my way of fighting the system, making sure that when guys got out, they stayed out. And right now, RTA has a recidivism level of 3%. 60% of the national population of all other prisoners that come back to prison within 3 years. We got 3%. That's all.
Piggyback on what Divine said. I was a repeat felon, and every 6 months to 8 months, I'll be right back in prison. I've been out of prison almost 11 years. Almost everybody on up here, excuse my back. Masters, they bachelors. Oh, you got Breakin guy. Part of this program, I had to go to school.
Yes, sir.
I didn't have an education, in and out of jail. Thanks to this program, I consider myself a successful person in society, honest society. Thanks to this program.
Sing Sing is truly a blessed environment in that there are a number of organizations, Hudson Link and the Osborne Association and Carnegie Hall, that have brought programming into the facilities. And the folks that come in to volunteer, we call them volunteers, but fortunately, many of those organizations are able to give some sort of remuneration to the folks who are giving of their time as is appropriate to do so. But it wasn't always that way, particularly with RTA. I believe if we were getting to the real nitty-gritty of how RTA began with just a few men inside, but for it to really be able to grow, a woman had to step in. Singular, this is to the best of my knowledge, singular exception of Brent. Before there was money, before there was fame, before it was popular, it is women who stepped into men's prisons to help men. And our team began with the two women, with Catherine Bowkins and Lorraine Muller, and I
I got a new program basically because I wanted this to be a part of something good. And I also like to help people. When I came in first, watching a play they did and being in the audience and looking at basically how happy and how excited people were in prison, which was a total change from the normal toughness. It was like, not only was the transformation that happened on stage, which I didn't realize at the time, but it was actually starting to filter into the audience. The audience actually left like, hey, yo, that was good, yo. Nobody's talking about fighting, they was less concerned about acting tough. It was all about that play, and critiquing the play, and joking about how this one did this and that one said that, and all that. And I wanted to be a part of that. Little did I know once I got a part of that, that they would challenge me to always do your best, always come up higher, always step further. They talked about the colleges. They talked about if you reach this bar, go a step higher. Then Grandma Jon-Adrian also, our director had to say, hey, listen, you did that real good. Why don't you do it like a pogo stick on one foot? and move like that across the stage to your point. And I was like, huh? So always challenging. Thanks to them, they say, hey, I really got real comfortable. Because when you can do it like that, 2 feet, And then Gwen Chan, thanks to her inspiration, not only with plays, but with language.
I started taking Chinese in college. I was writing papers, 4-page papers in Chinese, writing letters back and forth. And grandma, of course, she was petite. But just the fact that I was doing that never would have happened, never could have happened. And then sometimes the guys would call on you and say, hey, because it wasn't always a nice smooth road to play. Sometimes they were, I'll just call them obstacles. And those obstacles, sometimes you just get out of lockdown. Oh, we gotta play. Oh, by the way, this guy got transferred. We need somebody to come in. Oh, come in and do this play. So you talk about the 2-day rehearsal. Sometimes we only have 1 day, and we need somebody to step in for this leading role. Yeah, you're gonna have to be up all night. Come on, let's do it. We count on it. We got you. You know? And so we had to do that. So when you start doing that hard work and that hard study for the purpose of others, for the purpose of helping the show to go on, for the purpose of the benefit you know it's going to have, it just starts to transform you. And it's also a big. So
different perspective from that. I was the baby of the group when I came in. 22 years old.
Still a baby.
Knucklehead. Knucklehead. I got dragged down to RTA, read on a Tuesday, because we used to meet on Tuesday at school.
That's right.
Boom. I was next day, going to the law library. Next thing you know, one of the brothers wrote a part for me. Said, come in and do the next play. No choice. For me, it's not just about the production. It's about everything that happens in between productions. That's where the process really happens, you know? Somebody mentioned earlier, brothers get education. They're used to working with one side of the brain. Then you get the other side of the brain with creativity. So you get full brain working people up there. So that's where the fun and the growth comes from.
Fortunately, we are out of time, but will you join me in thanking our amazing